Today, let's take some of our beautiful zucchini from the garden and turn it into the most delicious bread. Okay, our first step in this process, we are going to shred up a zucchini. And if I had frozen zucchini from last year, I would simply go get it out of the freezer and let it thaw completely. And I'm not even gonna de-seed this zucchini because it's so small. If it was large, you would wanna chop it down the middle, spoon out the seeds and set them aside. You can either dry them for growing for next year or feed them to the chickens or whatever you wanna do. But I'm just gonna shred this exactly how it is because the seeds are gonna be so small, no one will even notice it in the bread. Okay, so I shredded up one small zucchini. Remember, it was small, that's why I kept the seeds in. I'm gonna go ahead and transfer this zucchini to a plate here so I can have some room to work. And I'm just going to try to absorb up any extra liquid that might be hanging out in there, just because I'm making a bread and I don't want soggy bread, right? That's no good. Okay, so we pat dried any extra liquid that was hanging out within the zucchini. So I'm gonna take, it's around 2 cups of shredded zucchini. If you were getting it out of the freezer from your storage, I would definitely do the same thing. Make sure you get off any extra liquid, just because your bread will come together more nicely. Okay, so we've got the zucchini in there and we're gonna go ahead and do our brown sugar. I will make sure that the recipe is down in the description for you too, so you can have all your right measurements. Okay, so the brown sugar, we're gonna go ahead and put our 2 eggs. Today I'm using duck eggs. Our avocado oil. Our homemade vanilla, so good. All right, I'm gonna let that kind of come together just a little bit. Get all those shredded zucchini coated with the egg and sugar. All right, perfect. Now we're gonna go ahead and do like our salt. We've got our Redmond's Real Salt, our baking soda, and our baking powder. I'm gonna go ahead and just sprinkle all that in. And next, our spices. Cinnamon, nutmeg, allspice, ginger. Like, you can't go wrong with these things. Not only is it like a delicious zucchini bread, but it's also just the spices are amazing. So let's get these in there. Oh, I can smell it already. It smells so nice. All right, and so I don't make a mess here, I'm gonna go ahead and get our flour in there, and I'm gonna stop this for just a second. Okay, then we'll let that incorporate slowly so that we don't have a cloud of flour exploding. I'm gonna go ahead and scrape the edges to make sure all that flour gets in there. Oh, it smells so good, you guys. Okay. Last but not least, I'm gonna add in about 1/2 cup of raisins. This is a flexible ingredient. You can omit this completely. You can put in chopped apples, that's also very good. And you can, like I said, just have plain old zucchini, put in chocolate chips if you want, whatever you want. But we're gonna use raisins today for our spiced zucchini raisin bread. Get that mixed in. All right, and it's that simple. And if there's any of those spices that I named off that you just don't like, you can absolutely skip that or put in a little bit more nutmeg if you really like nutmeg. The beautiful thing about this recipe is you can be flexible with the spices and make it as simple or as, you know, vibrant as you want it to be. All right, we're gonna transfer this to my greased loaf pan. And then we're gonna go ahead and get this baking in a preheated oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm gonna bake it between 55 and 65 minutes once a toothpick or fork comes out clean from the middle. So let's get this in the oven. All right, the bread is done. I did leave it in for about 63 minutes, and I'm telling you, it smells and looks amazing and delicious. Beautiful texture. As soon as it cools off just a little bit, I'm gonna go ahead and put it onto a cutting board, cut it up, and serve it with some delicious butter or maybe some of Julianne's homemade apple butter. It will be fantastic. So try this out, you guys are gonna love it.